Alrighty, welcome Sports Rewind podcast. I am joined with BJ and Davo, fellows. Big week of sport gone and big week of sport coming up. Plenty on tonight's show, NRL, Formula One, MLB, the local baseball, and plenty more. For you fellas, it was the first weekend of baseball here in Newey. How was it?
Yeah, good, mate. We got some good weather, so that was the best thing. Still got a dodgy hamstring, struggling around. We had a couple of injuries, but yeah, it was pretty good to get the oldest rookie a run. It was good to see.
The fossil, as you called me.
The fossil, yeah. Hopefully he enjoyed himself.
Yeah. Ball's coming out pretty well, so it's good to get back out in the paddock. Show these young folk how it's done. Although I've learnt pop-ups here as a pitcher, there's no point standing there pointing like you're supposed to. You better go after them. So
that's it. Especially if you've got a third baseman like Gus Bus, mate.
Wow. One pop-up on the mound, did it, Davo?
Well, it's about 6 feet off the mound. I think Gus had to move about 10 feet from third base, and he had about 20 seconds to get there. And he's just stood there looking at it and looking at me. And I'm like, okay, yep. So then it's dropped. So I'm like, all right, I get it now. You got to chase after it. You can't just stand there and be a true pitcher and just point. So, but
hopefully it wasn't your no-hitter gone, mate.
Actually, it was. That was the first hit.
Brutal.
I only gave up 2 hits, so that's not too bad. So, yeah, that was the first one.
So where'd you end up throwing, Davo? 5 and 2/3.
No, only 4.
4?
Randall had just gone more. It felt like 5. Only 4 innings. I think 1 earned run or no earned runs. Mate, that's how it is.
They actually sent me through some footage of you in the sheds. Mate, you look red hot in those glasses as well. But the green and gold, mate, looks good on you.
Always does, mate. Can wear it through summer for Pirates. Now give it a go through winter. But seems a good group, so it should be a fun year.
Yeah. We did have a couple out, mate. Obviously, like yourself. Which, it's going to be tough for you to find a spot. But, you'll be right.
Mate, I heard 5th and 6th grade swing 10, so I'm happy if you drop me, You'll
be right, mate.
Whatever you got to do.
Bit of 4th grade, you'll be right. Don't worry, mate. When some of these players come back, we'll be all in there together.
Except our mate threw harder in 4th grade than what the 3rd grade pitcher did.
Yeah, he actually did, didn't he? Yeah.
I've watched 4th grade and thought, hang on a minute, that's a nice pace. If that's 4th grade, what's 3rd's going to be like? And then sort of old mate came on and capped it. It's sort of like, got to wait on him a bit longer.
Yeah, actually, Hutto was Jay Dennis was throwing 3rd grade.
Oh, yeah? So, nice. Name I haven't heard for a while.
Yeah, he's been around for the last few years.
1,000 stolen bases off him.
Oof. I think that's where the hamstring come unstuck. I'm not used to that.
You running bases, Randall?
Oh, pretending.
Hey, and slide into 3rd. Thank you very much.
Dave. Jeez. Davo hasn't quite learnt yet that there's no sliding in this league.
I just saw the catcher put down the number 2, thought it's a curveball, take that extra step. Ball bounced, didn't really go too far from the catcher. I thought, oh, crap. Come up throwing, but I was in there. I was safe. It's all good.
Yeah, beauty.
Yep.
Yeah,
and it's all good, mate. The trail runner followed you, so it's all good.
It's hard not to when you got the bloody heavy locomotive going first.
Yeah, well, that's why I put Ninja in front of you, mate, so that way I could hold you up a little bit.
Don't need holding up, mate. I'm always all the old stations to Central Train.
Well, good to see he's had a good weekend playing baseball, fellas. It is good that Newcastle baseball is back in action. Not many 1st grade games on, but we'll talk about that later on tonight in the show. We're going to get our tidbits cranking. So this week, our tidbits sponsored by Game Day Sportswear, local company getting out sportswear, workwear, and any sort of apparel you need for your club. Sorry, I'm supposed to put my boobies out.
Flash those
Anything
boobies.
for your club workwear, give Chris a call. Check out their socials. I'll leave them in the show notes as well. And they've also got this brand here, the Hard 90, that they're launching. So go and check them out. But yeah, the tidbits, fellas. I think Davo is going to kick us off tonight again. Davo's on the phone, mate. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, no, that one's all right. So first one for today, good old Barry Bonds. In 2004, so like career year, how much guys didn't want to pitch to him? 232 walks, 41 strikeouts, and 45 home runs. So how many players can say they've had more home runs than strikeouts, let alone 232 walks? So that's
not Joey Gallo.
Oh, that's almost Tony Gwynn numbers for the strikeouts and the walks, just not the home runs.
Yeah.
But that's the legend of Barry.
Love a bit of Barry. I just love his swing. One of the best swings in baseball, I reckon.
Oh, just short, choked up a bit, short, and just the power. Even when he broke his bat, he still hit home runs.
Yeah, indeed.
Ken Griffey Jr. for me. That was my lefty swing. Loved it.
Yeah.
So I might need help with this one. The quarterback quantities. So number of starting quarterbacks. Now the Colts are up to 8 different quarterbacks starting the season. The record is 9 by the Bears. So no wonder the Colts can't get much when they keep churning through the quarterbacks the way they do. But, hey, they might go to 9 because there's a certain quarterback from Baltimore not too happy. So he's looking for a new team. But it's quite the modern record to go 8 different quarterbacks in 8 years.
Yeah, it's pretty massive number, isn't it? I mean, you look at, some of the teams that may be struggling, you think they'd be able to keep one quarterback for a couple of years and help build, but yeah, makes it hard, I guess.
It does, mate. It does. If you've got no consistency there as a quarterback, then it's hard. It's hard to build your team, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's what you build your team around.
That's right.
So, a bit like that old baseball player that come out to Toronto that year, randomly. You build a team around him. I'm not going to mention his name.
No.
Some good old days.
Actually, Davo will know him, actually.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think you stole his bike shoes, didn't you?
Apparently, that was a rumor that I did. I think someone hung them up on the screen.
Last I saw him, they're hanging off the top tier of the batter's cage, the batter's net at Waterboard Oval.
At Royal Waterboard Oval. How's this one? The Yankees-Giants game just wrapped up in 2 hours and 33 minutes. There was just one pitch clock violation, and that would be the fastest average MLB game in 43 years. Now, we've seen some quick games, and also the average time of the games down by about half an hour throughout the first couple of games already. Have you guys got any thoughts on it so far? I've actually haven't minded it so far, but there hasn't been any game-changing, I guess, violations.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I haven't really noticed the difference. I think during the game with the pitch clock, I probably have, where normally I'm at work and I have it streaming on my phone or something like that. And you can be working away and it doesn't matter and things happen because they were much slower. You could see a lot of what happened. Now I'm finding that all of a sudden I look at my phone and it's like, 2 out. When did that happen?
Yeah.
So it's just maybe that's what happened. It's a little bit more of that passive play that just
it is making you focus more because it is happening so quick. But it is good to see. There's no batter standing there taking 5 hours to fix up their batting gloves, because there's nothing worse. You'd see a leadoff hitter step in the box, take a couple of minutes, get his gloves right, stand there, not move, watch a strike, step back out, readjust everything. It's like, seriously, dude, you just took first pitch and didn't move. So, no, I think it's been good so far.
Yeah,
I think it's been good. I noticed that there was a pitcher. Who was it? Angels, I think it might have been. Anyway, I can't remember who it was. But he was struggling a bit and got behind a couple of hitters because, he'd get the ball back and take his time like he usually was. Then he'd have to rush into his sort of motion and stuff like that. But other than that, I've enjoyed it. I thought it's been quality so far. We'll see what happens later on down the track. See if there's any sort of game-changing results from a violation, then we'll talk about it again. This one, 4 pitchers had 10 strikeout outings on opening day, tying the 1970 record for most in a season opener since 1901. So Otani, who had no result, Webb, who had a loss, our Yankees friend down here, he had a win, and Dylan Cease, I don't know how they went. Did they have a win or a loss? But 10 strikeouts on opening day was great to see.
Cease was dealing. He was throwing well. So that was against the Astros too.
Okay.
So that was a game on Fox. So it was good to see. Yeah, Cole did well against the Giants.
Dominated them.
Yeah. No, good to see.
It was good to see. I thought Logan Webb threw well for the Giants too. Unlucky 6-0. But
mistake to judge.
I think Cease and Shoei both got a no
result.
Yeah. No result. They both did, yeah. And they both Shoei still ended up with a 0 ERA, and Dylan Cease had a 1.42 ERA.
Yeah.
For that game, pretty good outings to get a no result.
Pretty impressive, yeah. No, it was good to see. I think you're up next, Randall.
I am. Kutch. Andrew McCutchen has seen the 2 fastest tracked pitches in MLB history. In his career, Andrew McCutchen has now seen 105.8 mile per hour fastball from Aroldis Chapman, and also 105.2 mile an hour fastball from Hunter Green. So they're the fastest 2 tracked pitches in MLB history. Mate, poor old Kutch, he'd be filthy on that. I'd much rather see the slowest 2 than 105.
And he's not getting any younger, so it's not like his hands is probably still quick, but it's not like he's a 20-something year old coming through and, yep, not a problem, I've got that. At his age, he's probably like, oh, shit, where's the knuckleballer?
105 probably looks like 110 doing now. Jeez, the poor bugger.
Yeah,
Tell you what, I really hope that they're only strike 1.
Yeah.
Because I tell there's some ugly looking swings. Now this one, talking about bigger bases and pitch clock and all that sort of stuff. This has actually changed a little bit since I picked it up today. Jorge Mateo is leading the MLB with 4 steals so far. That's through 4 games. He's actually only played 3 of those 4 games. It says here 4 players also have 3, but actually there's now 3 players that all have 4. Jorge Mateo, Cedric Mullins, both from the Orioles, and Miles Straw, who I think is with the Guardians.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And then there are another 4 players that all have 3 as well. So it does beg that question: how many stolen bases are we going to see this year? Are we going to see some fresh, some good numbers?
I reckon we're going to see at least 1 or 2 of 40. I think just with the pace of play, the pitchers can't stand there and just hold and hold and hold now. So a bit of an advantage back to the base runner, because they know they can count like how long the pitcher's got before he has to go.
Yeah.
So
massive advantage.
Yeah.
Massive
And
advantage.
look at that already. It's shown.
Well, you talked about, earlier on, Davo, you seen a number 2 down by the catcher. You know it's going to be a curveball. Away you go. Trying to get that stolen base or pass ball, or as it might be. These guys have got that, those couple of inch advantages. And look at what we see here with the opening weekend stolen bases. Like last year, there was 43 attempts. This year, there was 84 attempts with 70 stolen bases. That is massive. Absolutely massive. So who knows what we're going to see.
And size does matter. You think about it, like how often they were bang plays on stolen bases. Now you think with the bigger stolen, like the bigger base, so they're a little bit further off first when they go, and a little bit like at second. Fair enough, it might only be an inch or something, but on a bang play, that's all you need.
Yep. That's it. I saw 2 of them today where they were bang plays today. And it's like, well, last year that's out. Both of them are out.
Yeah.
And this year that's 2 stolen bases. And just watching these guys, or they're getting their leads are bigger, and they're drawing that. What do they call it? The disengagement. So they're drawing that disengagement, and they're like, well, you can try again if you want, but generally you're not going to. Not when it's just one ball, 0-1 or 1-0 or something like that in a count. They're not gonna, you've got the whole at bat then to be getting these massive leads. So the leads were getting bigger and bigger. And they showed a little graphic today, and this was the average lead by this player last season. This is already their average lead this year, and it was an extra 2 steps or step and a half.
And it's a bigger surface to dive back to as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. They're going to that back side of the base, and it's a long, it's further for the sweep tag and, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's good. I like it.
Brings a new dimension into the game.
Good to see.
For sure.
I love it. All right, fellas, that's our tidbits. Proudly supported by Game Day Sportswear. Go and check them out. Link below of their socials. Yeah, hard 90. You blokes were pretty hard to run 90 feet on the weekend, I heard. But, Randall up there with a bit of a busted hamstring. Davo's fresh as Randall. What's going on?
Mate, just feeling my way into the 40s.
Wow.
Fair, mate. Fair.
There you go, 49, mate. Almost 50.
You were probably loose though, mate, from throwing.
Yeah.
It was cold out there in the outfield, just standing there doing nothing, mate, while you were striking everyone out.
I only struck out 2.
Or hitting blokes, or walking them.
Hit 1, walk 2, yeah.
Jeez. Hey, he's pretty tough on you, Davo.
Oh, mate.
Got the W, mate. That's all that matters.
That's mate, it. And I had to check up on him too, because he was one of the first base runners at second. So when he come off, I said, what's the catcher doing? Single sign or multiples? And he's gone, what? I'm like, nah, you're done. You're done, mate. That's the first thing you should be doing as a base runner, is seeing what the catcher's doing. I didn't even dare ask. Like, I didn't even see him turn around once to see where the outfielders were positioned. So that
I did actually.
Hit,
come on, mate. I went to third on a sack fly, remember?
Jeez.
Because you had the runner in front of you going home.
No.
No, actually, no. I'll give you that, yeah. Mind you, there was a good breeze blowing out at that stage.
Oh, there had to be.
While we're talking about local baseball, let's talk about the first and second grade games that were played on the weekend. So it was Toronto versus White Sox. The only games played, the rest were washed out. Yes. Randall, can you give us a rundown, mate? I wasn't there.
Mate, they were pretty crazy games for Toronto in the end. Unfortunately, missed a few guys. So there were actually a few guys from third grade backing up into second grade for the day. So it was good to see some of our young guys moving up and helping out in those higher grades.
Glad you said young guys.
Yeah, mate, there wasn't any of the older fellas. I can give you the tip. I know what I was doing, and it wasn't on the field as a player. come to think of it, I probably don't even know what the score was in second grade now, but it was a convincing win. If I can find it. Anyway, I know first grade was 8-0 to Toronto.
Yep.
And second grade was much the same. It might have been about 6-1 or something like that. So a lot of the same old faces for both teams. We were expecting, a few new faces maybe for the other side. I don't know whether there's still people missing. The week before Easter, play one week and miss a week. Who knows? Yet to see. But for us it was great. Greg Piper was there, the local member, to throw out the first pitch for us, christen the new ground.
Yep.
Big job done by the ground staff with all the rain we got on Saturday night to get the game on, which everybody wants. Everybody wants to play. So It was a good day. It was a good day, mate. It was hot.
Yeah. Good to see. Baseball's back. Great to have it back in Newey. I know the Central Coast struggling with numbers and things like that, and we've got a few coming up here in Newcastle. Hopefully, it can be a nice, strong competition. That's for sure.
Well, should be more because there's no first or second grade on the Central Coast this year.
Yeah.
Wolves have taken their first and second grade team down to Pacific Coast League down Hornsby. Yep. And I think it was only really Dodgers that were looking at a first grade team and no one else. So Central Coast Winter Baseball at this stage is a third and fourth grade competition. So hopefully, if guys are wanting a game, they're gonna travel up to Newey.
Yeah.
And
I did see someone trying to get a some sort of banana ball happening or something in one of the pages. Like your social masters thing you had. I think, if they can get something social but also formalized, it would be good. But we'll see what happens. But everyone wants to play.
It's a sad sight, but people are throwing blame around everywhere. But it's each club's got to look at itself. It's really what recruiting have they done to go out there and sort of attract players, and it all starts with the kids. Yeah. I know for us with Pirates a couple of years ago, we had no juniors, so we had some kids coming through like our own and all that. So we just bombarded primary schools with newsletters and sent flyers around everywhere. We started with one T-ball team, and now we've got like 2 T-ball teams, a rookie ball, Zuka. So we're slowly building back up that way. And when you get the kids, you get the parents. So the onus is on the clubs to do their homework and sort of get out there and try and get them. We all know there's still going to be the argument about do we do summer or just winter or whatever. Until a decision's made, each club's got to look after themselves and try and build up their player base. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, mate, no, we're doing the same thing. We're struggling with juniors, but we've had very limited numbers the last four-ish years. But mate, I think we've got a full Little League team this year. We've only got, I think, 3 junior league and maybe 3 senior leaguers, and not many T-ballers either. But that full Little League team was good to see that we have a full junior team somewhere, and those kids are all keen to play, so they'll keep moving up through the grades. And we're same thing, bombarding schools. We yesterday we had 2 days where we had representatives from Baseball New South Wales and also Toronto, where we went to some local schools and did an actual some games and some skill stuff with kids at 2 schools. So
that's what you need. That's what you need, because you need faces out there, because we're not like NRL or AFL or cricket and all that are getting plenty of airtime on the TV, so the kids know who the superstars are and think, let's have a go at that. Like baseball, we've always struggled with that. So that's a great initiative to get people out there into schools as well as just putting flyers there.
Yeah, that's it. So it's a big shout out to Damien, Christina and Benny Frost, who actually went to the schools. Christina organised it all, and Damien and Benny both went and helped her out as well. So, no one else was available to help, and the three of them, did a massive job in doing that. So, massive thank you to those guys.
Yeah,
from our club. So, hopefully, it gets us some kids.
Yeah, let's hope the clubs do survive. Things change because you don't want to see the game die. There's talk of joining Newcastle or summer and winter. Like it's tough, but hopefully a resolution comes from it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Local league, they have some time off over Easter, and then we kick back off next week. The week after. Formula One, fellas, was on the weekend, the Australian Grand Prix. Pretty big event down there. I caught the tail end of the Formula One. Randall, you would have been at baseball. Don't know if you got any of it, Davo. Bit of a debacle towards the end there. Max Verstappen ended up winning over Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, but the last 2 laps was just they had red flags, and it was an absolute
chaotic
chaos. Yeah, it was unreal to watch. I've been getting into the Formula One after I watched the Drive to Survive series on Netflix, and followed it pretty closely, and it was pretty cool to see. The V8s were on also down there. You might have caught James Courtney's car caught fire and a few other things happening, but the V8s were good to watch as well. But the Formula One has been won, and I think they're off to where are they off to next? I think they've been to Bahrain, haven't they? Not sure where they're off to next.
How's that idiot that sort of went on to the track to take photos? Like he's gone through the barrier and actually out near the track while the race was going on. It's like, mate.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? I can't believe, should have got skittled.
And then typical Aussies, everyone's on the track after it trying to get whatever souvenirs they could. They're ripping down all signs and everything. It's like, good old Australia.
Yeah. They're off to the USA for Miami next, I believe. So that'll be good to watch. It's always good. Then Italy, Monaco, and Spain. But the Formula One will be back in action. Sean, what about the NRL? I only caught a few highlights this week. Has anyone got some rundown for me?
Well, you couldn't have watched the Tigers then if you got highlights.
Definitely not.
I saw some little bits and pieces, as usual. Thursday night, Roosters in a good game beat Parramatta 28-20. Keeps Parramatta lowly down the bottom of the ladder with only 1 win. The Panthers absolutely fed the Raiders 53-12. Great to see. Love seeing the Raiders get beat. Friday night, Storm got up over the Bunnies 18-10. Saturday afternoon, so nice little game out there at Mudgee. Knights versus Manly. We had finished baseball and we were sitting in the change rooms and showering and whatnot, and a few of the boys started cheering a bit and stuck my head out of the shower, and they said, the Knights are in front. I had a bit of a watch for the last sort of back end of the game, and the Knights scored a tying try with a minute to go, I think, and the old mate missed the kick to win the game. They then went on to play the full 10 minutes of Golden Point and end in a 32-all draw. So,
in a way, great result and a great thing for Mudgee as well. It's like for them to get such a good game of footy, it was good to see.
Yeah,
I was expecting a drubbing. I was expecting something similar to the Panthers Raiders game. To be honest, I thought Manly were going to absolutely give it to the Knights. So, hats off to them. It didn't happen that way. I'm definitely not disappointed. Other games, we just had the Dragons 38 over the Dolphins 12. That was a bit of an upset there.
I thought that'd be a close game. Actually, back the Dolphins, just the way they'd been playing, the way the Dragons did. But Dragons came out and showed them how.
They were surprising, weren't they? I was all over the Dolphins too. But Saturday night didn't finish well for you, Hudson. Broncos 46, Tigers 12.
Putrid.
Yeah, as expected though. Sunday.
And even one of your players liking an opposition try on Instagram. So that's doing the rounds nicely.
Yeah, there's a bit of fallout there, isn't there? I think with the Tigers. Watch this space, I think, with coaching. I don't know. Yes. I don't know how long Sheensy's going to be there.
Yeah.
He was only 1 year anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was going to be there for 1 year, and then Benji takes over after that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So
there's got to be some sort of connect between them. Sheensy wants to do it his way. Benji wants to do it his way. Yeah. And there's no meet in the middle.
Yeah, there's no consistency through their middle either. Like who's in the halves? 1 week it's Dewey, the next week it's someone else. And, at the end of the day, the bloke that's probably got to go is Luke Brooks. He's the
I heard he's going the Knights.
Don't need him, mate. They got the $1 million man, remember? The $1 million bloke that doesn't play.
Currently getting some Canadian snow.
Yeah, that's it. Lucky bugger. Sunday, absolutely poured down during this game that I saw back at the RSL again on Sunday night. So it doubled up though. Sharks 30 defeated by the Warriors 32.
Yeah.
That was a real surprise. No, me either. I thought the Sharks would have give it to them, but it was almost Wellington weather or Auckland weather, wasn't it? It was absolutely torrential rain.
Yeah, Kiwis. Yeah, they're at home. They're at home in those conditions.
Oh, 100%. And then the final game, Bulldogs 15 over the Cowboys 14. Another good little game. You would have been happy with that, Davo?
Yeah, that's Golden Point. So that throws us in the top 8.
Yeah,
so a win's a win. You take it where you can get it.
10th, mate. 10th, by the looks of it. That can't be right.
No, I thought. Anyway, they're up there. They're above the Tigers. So's everyone.
Mate, there's no one below them, for sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. 8th after 5 rounds. So it's good. So we've still got the Broncos out in front, though, with 5 wins and no losses. 5-0. And the Tigers are 0 for 5.
And the coach who's still fighting for his life. That I don't get. Walters he's 5-0, and there's still talk about him not lasting.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I really don't get that. But this weekend, Easter, going to be a few good games on, as there always is. Storm and the Roosters Thursday night. Which way does that go?
Down there.
I'm taking the Storm.
It is, mate. It's at Amy Park.
Teddy's still out. He's out with the concussion rule. I know they've got Soali or whatever his name is back at fullback, but
I think they've gone with Joey Manu. I think I saw it this afternoon.
Okay, so I think they still miss Teddy though.
Yeah, I think so too. I know it's a tough one. I think the Roosters will get the chocolates, but we'll see. What about your doggies, Davo? How are they going to go on a Good Friday up against the Rabbitohs?
Rabbits, yeah, it's always a good battle out at Homebush there. So I think we're a good chance this year. So I think last few years we've been a bit how you going, but we'll give them a run for their money.
I think you've got a few injuries. The doggies, I think they've had to put in a request to start going out of their 30-man roster to get some of their other tiered players because they've got so many injuries, I think.
That's it. We did well winning last week with the injuries, and I think there's a few more come out of that game. So, in footy tipping, I may be going south just.
Yeah. What about Saturday? Panthers versus Manly, 5th versus 4th.
Manly.
Oh, Fibro versus Silvertails.
In Penrith.
That'll be a good game. I think
I'm
Penrith
still taking
just
Manly.
maybe.
Can't believe I'm saying I'm taking Manly.
Wow.
Yeah. I think I'm on Penrith. Don't know.
Rift.
Tough one. The battle for the spoon on Easter Monday. Tigers versus Eels.
Mate, I tell you what, this will have to be the game of the year. If it's not 0-0, it'll be 412 to 26.
Yeah, fair call. Parramatta.
I think Parramatta will do them.
Yeah.
And if they don't, wow.
Yeah. Sunday Arvo, though, I'll be heading in myself. Finally getting into a Knights game. Knights versus the Warriors. What are we, round 6, and that's the second time they're playing each other already.
Yep.
So that should be a good game, though.
Well, Warriors been playing pretty good, so
yeah, they have been
tough.
If Knights can bring the form they played against Manly with, it's just finding that consistency with them, though, isn't it? Like they've been very hot and cold.
The week before against Canberra, they were good too. So they've had 2 good weeks in a row, so they're probably due for to be a piece of shit this week.
Being a home game, Easter Sunday, they usually get a big crowd there. Hopefully they perform. They're probably going to get 22,000, 25,000 there, Randall. It's supposed to be nice weather on Sunday, so
I hope so. I hope plenty of people get out there and support it. There's nothing like Sunday Arvo footy, especially in Newcastle. Actually, it's 6:15 game, I think.
Oh, really?
It's a late game, yeah.
Later one.
But you know what? It's public holiday on Monday, so get out there and get loaded.
Yeah.
That's what I'll be doing with the family.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter, kids.
That's it.
Should be good. Any games on Monday?
Yeah, that was the Tigers game, mate. Tigers.
Just that. Yeah, my bad. Righto, NRL. Look forward to seeing some results. And you blokes give me heaps about the Eels beating the Tigers.
Just without saying.
Yeah. What else have we got? We got MLB. We've all been watching the MLB. It's been awesome to have it back on. We're actually going to have a little bit of a hot take on a couple of things here. It was supposed to be 6 things that I was bringing in, but there's only 5 tabs up here, so I've stuffed up somewhere. So we'll bring those in and see what happens. But
save one for next week.
What games have you been watching, fellas? It's been good to have it back, that's for sure.
Well, I think we've been watching the same ones, Davo. Orioles, Boston. I also got a little bit of some Oakland and the Angels.
Yeah, it's sort of been quick pitch for us each night, just getting the highlights of each game. Yeah,
I've been catching up a bit. Watched a few games, but yeah, catching all the highlights. You would have been happy with this one, Randall. I'm going to play this one. Old Adley, 5 from 5. Absolute gem. Let me know if this sound gets too annoying.
2-0. He swings and drives it to deep right field. Verdugo going back. He's on the track. He's looking up, and this one is out of here. It's a home run for Adley Rutschman. Adley gets the year started in a way that he could have only hoped for.
Here's Rutschman. As that's a fair ball by Rutschman. Golfed inside the left field line. Adley's going to go for 2, and Adley's going to be out.
Thrown out.
Kicked him in the head.
Adley Rutschman, base hit left field. Mateo's in. Mullins is in. Rutschman is on board.
Son of a good hitter going the other way. Consistently.
On opening day, his 4th time on base on opening day. Rutschman swinging away. It's his 4th hit of the game. And Mullins will be waved home. Yoshida's throw is cut off. Rutschman is.
I reckon he would have been out there at home plate. He would have been close.
I wouldn't have cut it.
This one's to third. Devers. Oh, Devers booted it.
That shouldn't have been
Official
a hit.
scoring decision pending. Oh, it's a hit. Oh, it's a hit. That is a 5-hit opening day for Adley.
Yeah, it's a 5-hit opening day. What a gem.
And he's now got 7 in 4 games.
Yeah.
Still, you can't complain. Can't complain. Average of 368. 7 hits.
Hey, Baltimore are 2-2. Pretty decent opening series with Boston. Plenty of offense, that's for sure.
Yep.
Heaps of runs scored.
There's only one team who hasn't got on the win board yet.
World Series hangover.
Yeah.
How good's that? Yeah, so that's pretty good to see. Their game today, they played terrible today. I turned it off after I think it was the 5th, and I swapped it over to watch the Orioles game. I think it was up 6-0 when I turned it off. But, yeah. Another couple of good ones I've sort of been watching. I've enjoyed watching the Angels. I know I've told you blokes they're going to be in the playoffs, but here they come. What about this back-to-back? This one was pretty cool too.
Straightaway center, way back, home run number 1 in 2023 for Mike Trout. It's 5-0 Angels.
As we said, they weren't cheap shots either.
I know you hit a bomb to center field, but let me do
Not at the Coliseum.
Home run for Trout, first of the season for Trout. Not quite as far as that one he had his last at bat. He's number 40 last year, but pretty far for Trout. He is locked back in. 42 now career home runs against the Oakland A's.
Now he gets to wear the hat.
I reckon we need one of those at third grade, Randall.
I'll just keep hitting that ball 100+ miles an hour.
You might not get used much.
Good for me.
5-0 lead. Here's Ohtani with a drive. Right center field. How far will this one go? Shohei Ohtani with a blast. It's back-to-back for Trout and Ohtani. They have each hit their...
And he went deep again today too.
Yeah, he did.
That was massive too. I think he hit another one today.
Yeah.
How about his swing? His swing's just so nice. Crushed it.
Just stays on the ball so well.
Yeah. But,
just looks easy to him. Do you see the April Fool's thing going around? Had Ohtani throwing left-handed. So he's working on a special glove so that he can throw left and right-handed.
Yeah, right. That's good.
Quality. I missed that one. I got this one, though, that one of you blokes sent to me today. 2 high-priced vehicles there with the Angels clubhouse.
Beautiful. Shit shed.
Yeah. That's just the way it is. But I don't know, I've watched a couple of Angels games so far, and it's been pretty good. Yeah, next one. I know you talked about him early, Randall, with the strikeouts, I think it was. But he's off to a good start. I think he's had 3 bombs this year, old Joey Gallo. Here he is.
That can hit like Joey Gallo. Had a 2-homer game over the weekend, and he follows it up with a 3-run shot. That ball was...
They did a meme today. It said Joey Gallo when he's not wearing pinstripes, and it was actually a video of Barry Bonds hitting.
Right.
Don't do very well.
Well, he's crushed 3. I think they've got one more to show us here. He had a 2-home-run game.
Paying huge dividends. That's a little cutter that didn't do a whole lot.
It's awesome to see.
A lot of times, partner, those don't make it to the catcher's glove.
It is.
A low line drive home run that got out. Yesterday is 16.
I think going to a smaller market team is probably good for him. I think the pressure of New York and the hype and everything you get, it does affect people. So I think he'll do well in Minnesota this year.
Yeah.
Smaller market team.
Again, though, he is home run or bust.
4-0. They're flying along. I watched a bit of their game today. Really good to see. I think they scored 22 or 23 runs in their 4 games already. So Yeah.
Again, though, he is home run or bust.
Yeah.
He has been. Like
he will have a hot period and then go cold for several months.
Yeah, he has 4 hits from 13 at bats. Like he's got an average of 308 already, with 3 home runs and 4 strikeouts. He's had 4 hits, 3 of them were home runs and a double. So he's probably hit one to the fence. Which 4 strikeouts and a walk. It's still, I don't know. I don't like it.
I definitely don't have him in my fantasy team. That's for sure.
Oh, me either. But there's a lot of people I don't have that I should have.
Yeah.
Looking at my point score.
100%. What about this one? This one, I don't have a video for you. I've just got the screen to show you. We can talk about it. We've probably all seen it. Anthony Rendon, little altercation with a fan. Fan was razzing him the whole time and sort of called him out. And he come over and grabbed the bloke by the shirt and he got a 5-game suspension. They're saying he had a swing at him as in a punch. I wouldn't say he tried to punch him, but he did try to swipe him. You blokes catch any of this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not
saw it where he's just grabbed on, pulled down. I think despite what he's saying, I think at that level you've got to learn to sort of let it go. You know you're going to cop it from people, especially opposition fans. So just try and let it roll off the back and move on.
Yeah, 100%. It was pretty disappointing to see. But it's also good to know that the fans can get to him. And I mean, as a fan, you're sitting near the bullpen or wherever you sort of sit to have a bit of a heckle and that. And he took the bait, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, that's it. He's going to cop it now everywhere he goes. It's going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
All because of that way he reacted. Everyone's going to think they can get to him. Everyone's going to want their fair share of it. So he's going to have a long couple of years.
He will indeed, mate. Good they gave him a 5-game suspension. I think, but not much more to add there.
It's just not a good look for the sport.
No, absolutely. The other one I got for you guys is this one. Jeff McNeil.
McNeil shaded toward the bag at second, leaving that hole open for Cooper with 1 out.
And he shoots one toward that hole. Alonso has it go off his glove and into right field, trying to score his birdie. McNeil's throw to the plate, and birdie is out! What a play by McNeil! After Alonso allowed it to trickle off his glove, birdie never stopped coming around third, and McNeil knew who was running and was on it like a squirrel on an acorn.
Like a squirrel on an acorn. They're giving that the play of the week. Well, I think it's a great play. But why doesn't Alonso pick it up and turn a double? Yeah. I mean...
Well, he's a bit of a boat anchor at first base there.
Yeah, they're playing him right over, to get that play. And they served it up to him and he still missed it. Pretty average.
How many good catches have you seen this weekend? And that's the play of the week?
Yeah. Pretty average play of the week. Great play.
Renfro's catch, I think it was game 1, where he's not even looking and he spins around and sticks his glove up and pockets it. That's heaps better play than.
Yeah, there's been a few
than that.
How good was the Florida Marlins uniform though?
Love it.
Looking at that,
love the teal, love the old school.
That
I think they're saying they're going to bring it back every Friday night game or Saturday game or something. So that's awesome to see. That brings me back.
Even with the old logo, the old Florida with the fish,
Yeah.
The F with the fish, I love that. Was my childhood growing up, probably same as you, Hutto, and and maybe not Davo, but
that was my 20s. 93 they started, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay,
something like that. It was in the 90s. Yeah, I don't know what day exactly, what
The one jersey I don't like is San Diego's city jerseys. The bright colours and all that. That's just, you can go bright colours, but that's just a mess.
Mate, I like that. I rate it. I love it. But each your own, Davo.
Yeah. Probably just going old school. Gives the old school, like the powder blue for the Royals.
Yeah.
The old school blue and the white thin stripes for the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So
it's like the old Mingara Rebels uniforms with the pinstripes.
Yep.
Absolutely horrible. But
Who else has been running the powder blue? Oh, the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
With the powder blue as well with the red. I don't mind that either.
Yeah. No,
I
haven't seen any other. Oh, and the Minnesota jerseys this year. I've liked the blue. I don't know whether they're new or just I haven't seen a lot of them, but I didn't mind those. The blue just with the Minnesota on the front. I rated them. Pretty good. Let's have a quick look at the standings anyway. In the AL East, Tampa Bay's 4-0, Yankees 3-1, Baltimore 2-2, Boston 2-2, Toronto Blue Jays 1-3. Bit disappointing from them. Big start though, obviously only 4 games in. Who cares really what's happening there? Minnesota 4-0, Cleveland 4-1, Chicago White Sox 2-3, Detroit 1-3, Kansas City 1-3. I haven't seen any Detroit or Kansas City games or highlights yet, so couldn't comment on any of those.
Detroit haven't done much. Torkelson, they hyped him up, but again, he's struggling. The pitching just hasn't been there for him. So the bits I've seen. But you say it's only early, but remember how many games came down last year to like final game. So
fair enough.
You got to get these early games in.
Every game counts.
Yeah.
Where are we up to? Oh, the Angels 3-1 and Texas 3-1. Texas off to a hot start, 3-0.
First loss today. Yeah.
Yeah. Good game too.
Another
Houston,
3 coming.
2-3. Oakland 1-3. Seattle 1-4. Disappointed with Seattle's start. That's for sure.
I think Tex Lowe has already bought World Series tickets. So Tex, he's happy with that start. And bet he's already been like a Parramatta supporter. After the first week, I reckon he's out there buying tickets.
Was it you? I think it might have been you saying he was over there for opening day, was it? Was he open there for opening day?
Yeah, Tippett. I saw Tippett was there, and
he got Judge's home run. That was gold. But, opening day. National League, we've got the East. Atlanta 3-1, Mets 3-2, Washington 1-3. Have looked absolutely dreadful. Miami 1-4, Philadelphia 0-4. You blokes touched on that earlier.
Donuts.
Not a great start for them, and they don't look good at all.
Mate, with all the off-season acquisitions they had, they should be 4-0.
Yeah.
But they're not. I don't know why.
A few of their injuries, few out, but as you said, there are quite a few. That's for sure.
And they've had the first position player pitching too. They're the first team to bring that in against the Rangers the other day.
What have we got now? Two teams have had that now, have they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Only 4 games in.
Today I think it was the Giants game that happened as well. So the Central, National League Central, Cincinnati 3-1, Milwaukee 3-1, 2-2 for the Pirates and the Cards, and Chicago Cubs 1-3. Cincinnati and Milwaukee. Davo, you were talking earlier about, I think it was you, Davo, talking about Milwaukee. I'm up there with you, mate. The Brew Crew look pretty strong. Hopefully they can go.
Sleepers for the Central, I was saying.
Go all right. That'll be awesome to see. I like the Brewers.
Me too. I'm a closet Brewers fan, and hopefully, someone like Yelich or someone has a big year.
Yeah. Yelich is due. He hasn't done anything for 4 years.
Yeah.
Still Still love their cap where people don't realise the M and the B, are in the cap.
Yeah, it's the same up here, mate. Mayfield Boomerangs, they have the same logo, or the same basis around their logo, and it's an M and a B for Mayfield Boomerangs as well. So and same thing. No one understands that.
Yeah,
come on,
baseballers do.
Yeah, that's it. LA Dodgers 3-2, San Diego 3-2, the Giants 2-2, Arizona 2-3, Colorado 2-3.
Nice tight group there.
Yeah, that will be a good one, mate. I think the Dodgers and San Diego are probably going to run away with it, but as we talked about last couple of weeks about the like the interleague play is going to play a big part of it. Hopefully that keeps the Giants up there a bit closer to that wild card, I guess. But yeah, time will tell. See what happens.
It's a massive deal, isn't it? You know, those teams not having to play those super strong division rivals as much.
Yeah,
we've touched on that.
What have you guys? You've got Texas for 2 more, is it, Randall?
Yep, 2 more before they come home for their first home series against the Yankees.
Yeah, right. And Boston have got Pittsburgh,
which they lost to today.
Chicago White Sox. So that should be good. Anything else you guys excited about with the MLB, fellas, that you've been sort of looking at or been watching?
Just games are back. It's good to see. Good to see baseball. The one thing I did like opening day was the umpire king. It was White Sox versus the Astros. And I know they've had cameras there before, but with the modern ones, mate, what a great view that was. Like right from the middle of the umpire's mask. It's just a new angle, and it was cool. So little things like that sort of are good to see.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I haven't seen any of that pop up on I watch a fair bit of YouTube shorts, and I haven't seen much of it pop up on that yet. So keen to see just snippets of it here and there. But from what I've seen, it is a pretty cool view.
Yeah. I think the thing I liked was opening day as well, Davo. All teams playing on opening day. First time since 1968, but every team actually playing on opening day. It was unreal.
That is good.
And speak of opening day, did you mention before, it's like the Brewers had their opening day today, had the flyover of the F-18s or whatever. The roof was closed.
Oh, I've got that here.
Come on.
I've got that here somewhere.
You got one. You got one job.
One job, mate. Come on, where is it? There it is.
Yeah.
How good is that?
Yeah.
Got the flyover.
And the roof was closed. Beautiful.
Hey, Dad, what's that noise? I don't know, son. Just a couple of jets flying over.
Air raid.
That's solid. There was one game that I watched. Who was it? Might have been Minnesota. They had the roof off. Who was it? No, it wasn't Minnesota.
No,
they had the roof off.
They're an open air stadium anyway.
Yeah. There was one team that have only played 5 games with an open roof in the last however many seasons, and they had their roof open on the 2nd or 3rd day. So I'll have to find out who that was, because it was
can't be Diamondbacks because they started on the road, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Was it Houston?
Sure. No, it wasn't Houston.
No.
I'll have to find out who it was.
There's our homework.
Yeah, I've got homework. Write it down for me because I won't remember.
Write that down.
Useless.
Was it Miami?
Right, so Davo's gone. See you, Davo. Peace out. I don't think we'll let him back in, Randall, if he leaves like that. Here he comes. I'll let him back in. You're right, mate. See you later.
Welcome back.
So the phone died, so now I'm hoping the internet will work.
Oh, God.
I saw my phone going down to like 10%, 5%, 2%.
Yeah.
So
well.
I thought, see if I can make the end, but here we are.
Mate, quick transition. You're onto
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I had it here backed up just in case.
As I was saying, fellas, happy Easter. Hope you have a good weekend. No baseball this weekend. Obviously, that's not on for Easter. But yeah, wishing you and our listeners a happy and safe Easter. Hope you have a good time, and we'll catch you all again next week.
Sounds good. Happy Easter, guys.
Enjoy all.
Drink responsibly.
Drink who? What's that?
That's